Game. Jim Plessinger defeated Mickey Hyman 234 to 214.
All right, Jimmy Plessinger, as we said earlier, got off to a very quick start, getting 3 in a row right out of the chute, and Mickey Hyman just couldn't quite get back to it.
All right, then in game number 2, Plessinger, 8 strikes in a row off the top, and he defeated Eddie Ressler with ease, 279 to 215.
One thing we have to say in Eddie Ressler's defense, though, Dick, is that he bowled an excellent game, leaving 2 solid 10 pins very early in the match, and of course with 8 in a row thrown at you, it's very difficult to beat it.
So Plessinger was a hot bowler when he went against Marshall Holman, but Plessinger had that 13-pin lead go by the boards, and Holman edged him 204 to 203, and now we get to the finals, and Marshall Holman from Medford, Oregon is with us right now. Did you expect to win that, really?
Well, I expected to win at the start of the game. Going in the 10th frame, I thought for sure that Jimmy would shut me out. It's almost instant replay 1977 when Pete Couture left the 5 count. I got 3 in the 10th, 1 by 1 pin going into the final match. So maybe I'll take this one down too.
We're back at the Deerbrook Lanes in Deerfield, Illinois. $130,000 in total prize money in this tournament. The winner of this game will receive $21,000. The runner-up $11,000. And on the left is Steve Martin and Marshall Holman going against him. And during the week they were seeded 1-2 with Martin number 1 and Holman number 2.
Right. Steve Martin is one of the excellent young players, as we said at the top of the show. But I'll tell you one thing, this kid can really turn it. He can make it hook as much as Mark Roth, Marshall Holman, anybody in the game.
Starts off with a strike. Steve Martin, who has won 1 PBA championship. That was the Sarasota Open in 1978. Here's the form. You
can see Steve Martin, that long push away, and watch the extension, the power through the shot. Really rips through that ball. Perfect finish on that shot. Nice and solid, not off balance. Good extension through the shot.
Now Marshall Holman needs a victory in this game to earn over $100,000 for the year.
Right, and I know Marshall is definitely up and ready for this thing.
Look at that hook. And he's got a strike.
Look at
As we said, Holman's first place prize money here would put him over $100,000. He's up by 41 pins.
This shot right here can almost lock the door on Steve Martin.
Yes! And it does.
And you could hear Marshall Holman holler yes when he got it that time. You know, you can see the reaction right there. He is one vicious competitor, which really belies the fact that Marshall Holman's a very well-liked player on the tour and one of the nicest people out here.
So if Holman avoids an open frame, then he's got it. Steve Martin, all he can do is just try and strike out.
Throw strikes.
It's not the way to do it.
Now Marshall Holman would have to open the 9th and the 10th.
You know, Steve Martin, $21,000 in earnings this year, and he's going to pick up, finishing second, $11,000, and that's nothing to sneeze at.
That's if he finishes second. You know, it's not over. We've seen some strange things happen out here today.
We have. Plessinger seemed to be sitting pretty in the finals. Well, 13-pin lead before he messed up.
Marshall Holman is working at a 240-plus clip, and the best that Steve Martin can get is 217.
Yeah. He's one of the more animated bowlers on the tour, you'd say.
You could definitely say that about Marshall Holman. One great ball player out there, though.
4.
Yeah, I'd say the tournament is now history for Steve Martin. Even though he bowled an exceptionally good game, he left 3 4-pins, a 7-pin in the pocket, a 10-pin in the pocket.
There's his family right in the middle there, in the middle row.
You can understand the dejection on their faces there.
So Martin only's had 3 strikes in the game, and that's not the way to win a championship.
That's right, especially against a player like Marshall Holman, who has the ability to throw so many strikes. You know, if Marshall gets up and strikes out, he's going to shoot 280.
Look at that hook. Well, he left a few.
Well, he won't shoot 280 now.
He won this championship in 1977, beating Mark Roth as he converts the spare here. By the way, Mark Roth needed a victory to surpass his record earnings set last year when he picked up $134,000, but Mark came in 10th. I guess all the bowlers may be a little bit tired at the end of this long, grueling tour.
Well, Mark certainly was. He finished first, and second the last 3 weeks out here in the tour, and it really drains you to be that pumped up every week, and this week it really showed at Mark.
All right, he leaves the 4, goes Holman, as he's bowling here in the 10th. Marshall Holman, though, is going to be our winner and becomes only the second bowler to capture this World Open twice. Don Johnson was the other one, 71 and 72.